What's up guys, Travis here with Every Single Sunday. Today we're going to be working on the 2020 KTM 790 Adventure R. We're going to be installing a GPS system into the factory provided mount here with a few options from motominded.com. So KTM provides two accessory plugs behind the factory headlight, and there's this awesome mount right here. So what we're going to do is show you how to take off the headlight, get to those accessory plugs, mount that guy, mount the GPS here, and you can either make it work off the key or always be on. First thing you're going to want to do is remove your factory windshield right here. There's just the one screw from the front, and also there's two positions when you go to remount it. You can put it in the high position if you want to do more touring, or put it lower to where you have better visibility around it for more off-road use. From there are two more screws that are going to hold in the position where you can install a GPS mount. So one on this side, one on the back side. Pull those two guys out next. Next up, you're going to want to remove your factory TFT screen. That's the screen right in front of you. There are two screws at the top of it, one coming from each side, and there's one at the bottom coming in from the passenger side of the vehicle, and then the clip on the back side. So remove all that stuff and set the screen somewhere safe. Next up, you will want to move these two tinted deflectors right here, one on the other side. There's one screw coming in from the top you'll see, and then both sides of them key in. So just pull it from the top, give it a little wiggle, and both sides should slide right out once you remove the screw on either side. The next step to do this is to remove the brace that goes down the front of the headlight. There's two screws at the bottom, and then this bottom of the two little lines right there is keyed in. So I just pushed in with a screwdriver. Might not be the best way to do it, but it works. Get that to unkey, do the other side, and then this piece will come right off. As you can see here at the bottom, there are two screws that go in like I was saying, so remove those from the bottom. You can just turn the front wheel to get the fender out of the way. From there, you're going to actually want to unbolt the headlight from the housing. So there's four screws for that, two on either side here. With those four screws removed, guys, you should be able to spread out the headlight surround and pull it right out the center. Disconnect the plug and then set the headlight somewhere safe so that it doesn't get damaged while you're working on the rest of the bike. Alright guys, now the moment you are waiting for. This is why we took everything apart so we could get in here. We want to find the two wires that are labeled Accessory 1 and Accessory 2, and that's what we're going to be hooking up our GPS to, or whatever else you're planning on hooking up here. So dig through this stuff. Try not to disrupt that big nest of wires in the back. You need it to stay tight so that you can put it all back together easily. Accessory 2 is switched, by the way. That means it'll turn on and off with the key, and Accessory 1 is on all the time. So depending on what you're hooking up and how you want it powered, that's one thing you're going to want to pay attention to right here. We got this pre-made power lead from motominded.com for the TrailTech Voyager. Basically, it's already cut to length, it's got the correct connector on it, and it's made to just plug in and use. So pretty neat piece here for Motominded. We're just going to hook this up and then fish it up through the top so that it's coming out exactly where we're going to plug our GPS into. Next up, I recommend you hook up your TFT screen and your GPS, make sure everything powers on and is working like it's supposed to. I plugged my GPS wires in backwards, had to take this all back apart. Once you've ensured that everything works fine, you can go ahead and hook your headlight up, squeeze it back in there, and then you're going to put the four screws in, two from either side, and start reassembling everything just like you took it apart. People have complained that it was a pain in the butt to get this back in there and to get everything to fit, but with a little bit of wiggle, everything dropped right back in and was not a headache at all. So Motominded sells two different mounts here. One's 3D printed and very low profile. That's the one I ordered first, thinking this would sit things up a little bit tighter. The price was better, and I went with that. The second one they sell is this nice aluminum piece. It's about $100, and it moves things out a little bit further. I thought I'd be fine with the small one, but it did not work for the TrailTech. The small one's designed for a ram mount if you want to use that with a ball spacer and stuff, but if you plan on bolting your TrailTech directly in, you have to get the aluminum one. The 3D printed one will not work without some custom made spacer. So go ahead and bolt on your dock from your TrailTech to the mount, and then fish all the wires down through the little opening in the base of it right there. That way nothing's hanging on the outside. Put the two screws in from the side and finish your assembly. Once you get everything on and working, go ahead and reinstall your windshield. Like I said, there's two positions, low and high. This first one right here is a low position, and that actually does go to the top of the GPS, or you can move it into the high position right here if you want a little bit extra protection from the wind for yourself, but it's not necessary. This does work with both windshield positions. So I've been using the TrailTech Voyager Pro for quite some time on my 300 two-stroke, my race bike. When I picked up the 790 KTM a few weeks ago, I knew I wanted to put one on here as well. This past weekend I went out to the King of the Motos out in Johnson Valley, and I was out there working press for BikeBandit.com, and basically I was able to get a hold of the race course from the promoter, and I loaded that into my GPS here, so I'm able to see where the race course is at, follow those routes, and go from place to place so we can get in different areas and shoot the race. So having this mounted right here was very nice, easy to read, and it's an awesome GPS, and I highly recommend you guys get one.